Hey, what's up, everyone? I just recorded myself talking for like 8 minutes. Uh, recorded the video and then realized I wasn't recording any audio. So we're gonna go through this again. Today I'm gonna be showing uh, sort of a little explanation about this new pedal that I've been working on. Can't really see it now, it's kind of bright. I got a window behind my desk, but this is what I've been working on over the past couple of months. I haven't had much time to make a video or do much in that sort of regard, but it's been a lot of work in my spare time getting this thing together, figuring out all the circuits, figuring out how to put it together, designing the PCBs, all that stuff. And I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Now I still got to make a couple tweaks, but I'm hoping that I can make at least some number of these available pretty soon. I'll try not to talk too much. I just want to show you how it works and then do a little bit of demoing. So this entire unit is obviously a very John Frusciante inspired multi-effect, primarily gain and fuzz stuff is what's going on here, and it's sort of modeled after John's signal chain, and allows you to sort of recreate his chain, different versions of his chain, at least in terms of the gain kind of stuff. Distortion, fuzz, the wah, will be included. So this thing is really meant to accompany a DS2 and a WH10. So assuming that you already have those, maybe you have a chorus pedal, but you don't have everything. You don't have the CE1, you don't have all the fuzz pedals. This is kind of meant to fill that void. So what we've got going on here is, obviously the CE1 preamp, that's kind of like the heart and soul of this pedal, and that's controlled right here. You've got a high-low toggle. You've also got a bypass toggle if you want to just bypass it completely. And then each of these 4 foot switches obviously controls a different circuit. So on the left here, we've got 3 fuzzes. The first one, is based off of the ZVEX Fuzz Factory. Next, we've got one that's based off the Most Right Fuzz Right, and then finally a Big Muff Pi, specifically a 1973 version 3. So the bigger one John had, but with the pointy knobs. It's a little bit different if you get the sort of round hockey puck knob version from, I think, the 90s. So these 4 rightmost controls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, control the Fuzz Factory. These 2 in the middle are for the Fuzz Right, and then this little triangle is our Big Muff. And then the one over here is for the micro amp. So looking at the top, you'll notice I've also included a couple effects loops, and this is to sort of maintain the routing, of John's signal chain. So the guitar is going to come in here, it's going to go into the Fuzz Factory, then come out, so you can insert the DS2 into the chain. I think typically when John used the Fuzz Factory, it was first in the chain. I think that's kind of recommended for any sort of fuzz phase style circuit, that it's something to do with the impedance and the pickups. It should be first in the chain. So this allows you to do that, so you can have the Fuzz Factory, then the DS2. It's going to come back into the Most Right Fuzz Right, and then jump over to the Big Muff and the micro amp, and that's where this other toggle comes in. At different points in time, John had the Big Muff first and then the micro amp, and then sometimes he'd have the micro amp first and the Big Muff. So this allows you to just switch the order of that. So one way it'll go micro amp, Big Muff. You switch it the other way, it'll go Big Muff, micro amp. After that, you're going to get the second effects loop. Now this one's designed for the WH10 to go in the chain before the preamp, but this is where I would suggest you put any other effects, at least like modulation, delay, that sort of stuff. Okay, it's like at this point of the chain, John would have ran the Electric Mistress or, the Digitech delays that he had, or the DL4, that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to wire this up real quick. Okay, so I'm going to bring my guitar in here. We're going to come, out of the send to the input of the DS2. Okay, this is the first loop. And then the return, the output to the return. I'm just going to plug this in to power jack. And then, the second send, we're going to go to the WH10 wah, which is right here. And then I'm actually going into the CE2W, which, I kind of use on the CE1 mode. Pairing with the CE1 preamp with the CE1 mode of the CE2W. I think I actually prefer it in most applications to actually using my CE1. Obviously, you're saving a bit more space, gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of routing options as well. And then lastly, we're going to come out one channel straight to an amp, and then the other one's going to go, in this case, through the Holy Grail. Kind of, again, similar to what John did with his chain. So in terms of amps right now, I'm going to be using my Axe Effects. And so didn't have it monitoring, I couldn't hear that left channel. On the right here, we've got the, I'm using like a jumped plexi model. There's no like Marshall Major model in the Axe Effects. And then on the left channel with the reverb is the Silver Jubilee model. Now you can hear they're both really clean. But that's nothing. That's just my clean tone into the amps. So you'll notice that, now if I switch on the preamp, you're not going to notice much difference in the low mode, but if I turn this volume up all the way, you can probably hear a little bit of a boost. And a little bit of crunch, but not much. It's, there's not much going on in the low mode. But I'm going to roll it back to 2 o'clock and engage the high mode. Now you can see, we've got quite a bit of crunch. And you can obviously turn that up. Get, fairly distorted. Or you can dial it back wherever you want. I like to keep it around 2 o'clock. I think this is nice because it allows you to adjust the level of gain for 2 amps at the same time, basically at your fingertips without having to go over to your amp. And then, obviously you can just roll it back with your volume knob. So I like to set it, with a moderate amount of gain. Adjust it with my volume knob as needed. Before you get into the fuzz, let's just look at the microamp. Obviously you can engage that and get even more gain. Which, the microamp I think is, at least in my opinion, most associated with, like the Can't Stop. So lots of options in terms of gain there. You can, pretty much set it however you want it. And then, set your boost however you want it. And, you can really add quite a bit of gain with the record. And with just the preamp itself. Again, clean tone bypass. It's doing quite a bit. Okay. And then obviously you got your DS1, DS2. And the wah there, okay, you can use those anytime, just stomp on them. But now let's look at some fuzz. I think I got some settings that are, okay, I'm not going to be able to talk about that with it oscillating, but I like to set up the fuzz factory kind of just so it's on the brink sort of oscillating. So I'll put it on in a second and then show you that, if you kind of adjust the gate or the comp a little bit, you can kind of, clamp down on all that. But I like it so it's like just on the edge. I think people associate this with the Slane Castle intro, at least like I think that's when it's used. It was brought up to me though that maybe I always kind of thought it was the Fuzz Factory and the DS2. Someone told me to try it with the Big Muff. They wanted to do a demo, so I'm doing that now. I think it actually sounds a little bit better pairing the Fuzz Factory with the Big Muff, so I'll show you that. So here we go. So you can see kind of just setting it on the edge. So yeah, that's like a little bit of the Fuzz Factory. Obviously, if you've used one of those before, it's pretty, you kind of need to spend some time with it to figure out how you like it, how to set it, because not all settings sound good. Next we have the Fuzz Right. I like the sound of this thing, with the DS2. you can also just, well, you can look at the Big Muff by itself, maybe for that Can't Stop solo. Also sounds cool with the DS2. And then let's look at the toggle switch here because, like I said, you can switch the order. Now, you're not going to notice much of a difference unless you really turn up sort of the gain on here, but I think, okay, in this position, the microamp is first. So you can see when the Big Muff's first, it's quite a bit like, I think it was, yeah, when the Big Muff's first, it's quite a bit bassier, just kind of a different tone completely. So I don't know, it doesn't matter much to me, but there's some more flexibility there. Yeah, that's it for pretty much what that can do. You know, you can obviously put whatever chorus you want. I think it sounds good with the C1 mode of this. I know this is a pretty expensive pedal, so I don't know, try different choruses. Chorus is chorus kind of at the end of the day, but you know. I think that's it for now. This is already a pretty long video. I just wanted to do a quick little run through at least of some of the features of this. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching if you made it this far. Alright.